Three, two, one. Grayscale pills. I don't know what they said in the last game because I was playing. Anyway, here we go. Luke with already a really nice setup. Potential for that really long quad, and he gets it with that nice horizontal.
Yeah, and we haven't really asked how everybody else is playing. So I know I was playing on the Switch. I don't know who all here is using an emulator, who all is using the Switch. It doesn't look like anybody has a camera pointed at a at an actual Game Boy. Although I will say I was tempted, but I didn't want to do that to our buddy Dave.
Yeah, well, personally, I can say I played on emulator. So there's one for Team Emulator here today, and I know there's at least a couple more that are. Luke already out at 42 seconds. Holy cow, what a level for Ook. Meanwhile, Ibar there at the bottom left of your screen, doing some work as well. But Ramsey already out at about 48 seconds. These players just flying through these levels. This is such an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, and again, I'm not sure how anybody else feels about it. I've noticed in my practice that the gray or the blue pills essentially seem to be the least likely ones to show up in this version. So many levels I ended up with just blues or grays or whatever you want to call them at the end, just constantly. So something to look out for with a lot of our players
Yeah,
as
I've
we see
noticed.
Slay joining Luke in level 5.
I was just gonna say I've noticed that exact same thing. So it's not just you, Ook. All four players now in level 5. Luke with 13 viruses to go. Um, Ibar with 8, it looks like, and Ramsey just cruising along down to his last virus already in level 5. Now into level 6 with that double red with a 148. Good night. I've not been able to pull these times yet. This is just fantastic from Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey's showing the sort of speeds we're used, like finger speeds that we're used to seeing, like in our main brackets, and in just normal speed play. I haven't seen this on a Game Boy yet. I know it felt really awkward for me. I'm sure I'm not the only one, as Luke is also out of level 5, joining Ibar and Ramsey, but does not seem to be slowing Ramsey down one iota, as he is just cruising right along here and gonna get a nice T there. It seems to me as Slay jumps in that the ability to make those combos seems to be slightly better in this version as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that just comes to because of the fact that double pills seem to show up a little bit more in this version, which for an NES player is really nice to see. As Ramsey again, just needing one more blue stripe, whatever you want to call it, out at a 301, just cruising right along here. Ibar not too far behind, just gonna need one more yellow, probably going to take it here. He does elect to take the drop time. He's not happy about it because he saw the double yellow or the double white or whatever you want to call it coming up next. He's going to be out at a 322. Meanwhile, at the top, Slay mounting a little bit of a comeback here. He's only 3 viruses down, I believe 2 actually. I believe that's an 8 from Luke, but Luke just made a monster combo there, Ook.
Yeah, he's gonna have to because, like you said, Slay is only 2 viruses behind. One set of those is a stoplight over on the left-hand side. Is Luke out at about a 347? But yeah, Slay definitely playing some good solid catch up here. Gonna get his double yellow, double white to really get caught up. But I think the story is remaining Ramsey, who has only 4 viruses left and could be looks to be at a sub 5 pace.
Oh, absolutely. It might even be sub 420 if he gets one more stripe here. He's not going to get it. Is he going to make the 420? He makes the 420
420 on the
exactly. And
dot.
look at that hype. He is feeling good about that.
Yeah, definitely so. And wow, it is 7 virus difference, and Luke with a misdrop there. That is going to give him a little bit of slowdown. Although looking at the amount of white slash yellow on the board for Slay, that's going to be a bit of trouble for him. Hasn't caused an issue yet. Looks like he's going to take these black/reds horizontally. But down to, again, just 2 virus difference as Luke starting to pull away here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, at the
Uh,
bottom,
yeah.
Ibar got out at a 455. Looks like it's going to be Luke out at a 519. Slay definitely not going to be able to beat that. So it does go to Luke at the top and Ramsey at the bottom, taking game one.
Yeah, so GG's to all of our players. This was a good pair of matches, or good pair of games. We've still got more match to go. Ramsey showing that the 8-9 matchup, definitely the one to be keeping an eye on here.
Absolutely, especially as the winner here has to go and play Adelito in in round two. So yeah, that's never fun.
Ramsey saying that was a 4-second PB. So PB strats.
There you go. And just
All
getting our players
right.
reset here. Looks like we already have it ready from Ramsey and from Slay. Ibar taking a sip of the Mountain Dew and is now ready.
All right. Looks like we've got readies, I believe, from all 4 of our players.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. Second game in this best of 3, and it's 3-2-1 pills.
All right. Can Ramsey have another fire game like he had the last match? Only time will tell. I know Ibar would really love to be able to take this to a decider. Ibar, who we haven't seen in a while in our NES bracket, I believe due to some life changes, but it's good to see him here today. We miss you, Ibar, and we wish you all the best. But we're glad to see you here today. Let's bring this to a decider, man. We want to see some more of you.
All right. Luke so far getting some good boards. Is going to be looking or staring down the barrel of a lot of yellow/whites as that, yeah, goes ahead and takes this one. Is actually going to put him a little behind on the red/blacks, but uh, gets that solved. But Slay is not far behind, is going to be able to try to figure out this horizontal as Ramsey again, the first one out, Slay out next, and Luke and Ibar just behind. It's within 5 seconds for all 4 of these players.
And interestingly enough, Slay and Ramsey were actually out at the same time, according to their timers. Both got out at about a 102. So both of these players just again blazing through the level 4 onto level 5 for all of our players. Looking at Ibar's board, he's got a nice little drop combo set up there. Only going to take out a couple viruses, but it does open up the rest of his board somewhat towards the bottom of his in game. So making some really nice plays there. Looking up at Luke, um, lots of blue/grays there that he's having to work through. And as mentioned earlier, it does seem to be the least common color in this version. So we certainly hope for Luke that that doesn't slow him down.
Pretty sure I just saw Slay get his run validated with the star tone because that was a monster combo he laid down. He was waiting around for a double black for a long time. It came off and everything just worked out. But we see Ivar and Luke out now, Slay out, and Ramsey just needing this pill is going to be out as well. So I think Slay still with a slight lead over the field, but it's kind of hard to tell with all these timers and all these pills going everywhere.
Yeah, I believe Luke actually got out 1 second before Ramsey at a 216, and Ramsey was out at 217, if I read it right. So very close game up at the top match. I didn't see when Ibar got out though, but looking at Ibar's board, The yellow reds there in column 6 and 7, they look like a misdrop. I think it was intentional, just hoping that he could drop the reds down. But he has now since cleared that out and not going to be dealing with any drop time whatsoever from that predicament. This double yellow though really nice for him, able to get that on the right. He's fixing to get another drop into a horizontal there. Nice play by Ibar.
Yeah, as we look at Ramsey's board, he is down to just 8, but had a misdrop there. You can see an immediate reaction. He saw it. He knew it was happening. It may not be too much of an issue, especially if he runs out of use for this for the black and can start laying them down on top here. But looks like the black pills might be the last thing. And yeah, Ramsey's just deciding to go for it as Ibar already into this level 7. Ramsey not going to be too far behind. And Luke is in 7 as well. Slay in a little bit of trouble, but shouldn't be too much further as well.
Yeah, Slay just needing a couple more stripey pills here, and that double stripe is perfect for him. Shout outs to Vanellope von Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph. Anybody that gets that reference is now my new best friend.
Wow. Deep cut. All right. So we are 14 to 13 on Ramsey and Ibar's side. And it is 10 to 23 with Luke leading against Slay. So Slay just, I think, running into some trouble with just the top of this level 7. Things are a little higher up than he would like and had some issues with it. But so far, has figured out a way out of it, but it does look with 2 viruses left like Luke is going to take it. And at a 502, he does. At a 457, it is Ibar with the win. So Luke will be continuing on. And as for our bottom match, it's going to be a decider.
Indeed, we love to see it. As Don Vineyard says, for the crows, get your caws in the chat.
Anybody who missed that particular tournament is going to have a lot of questions for us eventually. All
Right, so
right. So,
we
yeah, go ahead.
focus on the bottom of the screen now with Ibar 8 seed, Ramsey 9 seed. Ook, you said that the 8-9 was going to be the one to watch, and these two players proving exactly that.
Yep. And once we get readies from both players,
All right, Ibar's now my new
there
best
it
friend. I
is.
like it. Fun fact: I actually own both of those shirts.
Well, there you have it. I do think I own the one on the left. I don't own the one on the right.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Well, that's all right. As we are in this final game of this match, Ibar's board looking a bit sloped off to the right there. A lot of reds and a lot of blues. And he's doing a really nice job, though, with what he's being given. Meanwhile, over on Ramsey's board, ooh, not sure about that
Ooh.
red-blue there in column 5. Not really sure where he wanted to put it, but it definitely was not there.
I wanted to put it on top of a set of grays that were directly down, well, one tab over from where he ended up putting it, as that would have worked a little closer into, oh no, worked a little closer into taking the grays down and would have dropped the red garbage or the black garbage over to the right one. It was the right play. It just it tabbed over one too quickly. That happens quite a bit.
Yeah, that's something else I've noticed in this version is there seem to be a lot more of the unintentional double taps. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but it's certainly been a thing in my game as Ibar got into level 8 at about a 102, I think it was. Or level 8, level 5 rather. I know my blocks, I swear.
Yeah, but Ramsey already 4 viruses ahead, and their timers are about the same this time. So That is pretty much a real-time view. We'll have to see what is going to happen here. Ramsey not really liking that that black white, but does like this black
Ooh.
gray, as that is going to cause a nice cascade. And now it's just some white slash yellows ready to go. Looks like he's going to go for a T clear and gets the double yellow, double white to make that happen. And wow, just really good play there. Fortuitous pills. And honestly, though, there comes Ibar just storming right back. So it is now about 4 virus difference.
Yeah, and that was a really gutsy play by Ramsey too. But as we said earlier, the double pills do tend to come up a little more often. So I think there was a high risk, high reward situation there for Ramsey, and it paid off for him as he now has an 8 virus lead at the moment over Ibar, who looking at his board is very left heavy and very vertical. Ook.
Yeah, I'd say you are absolutely right. Um, and Ibar getting that chime that never feels quite as good when it's just garbage that you're clearing
Yeah.
out. They give you that chime to make you feel better about yourself, but it does not always work. And that's going to be a nice chime, though, as he pulls off a good combo. But just 3 viruses now, 2 viruses now, 1 virus left to go for Ramsey. Just needs one more yellow, and we'll be into level 7. There it is, out at a 330.
Yeah, things are looking really good for Ramsey here. The reds and the blues at the top of the board. Not going to be too bad to clear out, especially with the pill set that he was granted by the game. This is looking really nice for Ramsey at the moment. Ibar trying to get through this, going to go for that blue horizontal. Gets the double blues that he needs, followed by a double red and a red yellow. He gets out at a 356, but I believe it's about a 30-second difference between the two. Ibar's really going to have to step it up if he wants to take this game.
Yeah, but Ramsey's sitting on not a lot of yellow at the top of his board, and that's been a touch of a slowdown for him, but not a huge slowdown because it's Ramsey. He's already showing he is somebody to keep an eye on in this tournament, and down to just a dozen. It's gonna be everything's really just coming up exactly where he wants it to. And it's going to be a lot of yellow, though. That's what he's going to need to be able to get out of this board cleanly. And so far, so good. But that can change in a heartbeat, we know.
Yeah, Ibar waiting for this horizontal blue combo. He's going to have to build up a little more. Well, he's not now, actually, with that clear. He's got it opened up, and it is now a 3 virus game. This double blue, perfect for Ibar. Ramsey, though, just needing a couple yellows, and those double yellows, perfect for him. He's just going to need one more red, and he will be out. There it is at a 514. Ibar does pass that, but not by much. He gets his final blue, a 6-second game, and a win for Ramsey. He moves on to round 2. GG's to both players.